friends, it's Naz Perez, and welcome to our new show, More Like This, where we bring you more shows to check out, like the ones that you already love. Today we've got 5 bingeable titles based on your, well, pretty much everyone's love of HBO's The Last of Us. This adaptation of the Sony video game franchise stars Pedro Pascal as a smuggler hired to escort a teen, played by Bella Ramsey, through a post-apocalyptic United States. This certified fresh weekly episodic has been renewed for a second season, thank the zombies. In other words, you have got plenty of time on your hands while you wait for new episodes.
If she so much as twitches, don't.
Here are some other titles to feed your Last of Us cravings, starting with our brand new pick, Halo. Now, much like The Last of Us, this one is based on a popular video game series, and it also imagines a future with monsters running rampant. Halo follows the cybernetically enhanced super soldier Master Chief, played by Pablo Schreiber, who is defending humanity from some very advanced and very angry alien races. Now, along with Schreiber, the series also features Jen Taylor as Cortana, reprising her role from the video game, so we love to see that. Regardless of that though, hardcore gamers have driven the audience score down a bit, but the first season is still coming in fresh on the tomato meter. Halo has been renewed for a second season, but for now, 7.5 hours is all you'll need to get through the first season on Paramount+.
He is lethal, upgradable, and most importantly, controllable.
Next is our audience pick, In the Flesh. This supernatural drama from BBC Three is about a teenage zombie that has been reanimated and treated for something called partially deceased syndrome. But after he is sent back home, the welcome isn't really warm, and things just keep getting more complicated from there. It was sadly not renewed for a third season due to budget cuts, as BBC Three veered away from being a linear channel. That means 8 hours is all you'll actually need to watch this show, which you can find on Hulu. And perhaps it'll make you wonder, how would you react if a loved one came back into your life as a half-dead zombie? You never know.
I am a partially deceased syndrome sufferer. What I did in my untreated state was not my fault.
Pulling its way in as our throwback pick is Pushing Daisies. So this show premiered back in 2007, and it aired for 2 certified fresh seasons on ABC. And while it does have dead things involved, it's a bit of a break from the doom and gloom of The Last of Us. I mean, there's pie involved. It stars Lee Pace as a pie baker who also has the ability to bring dead things back to life with his touch. Besides reviving his childhood crush just for funsies, he ultimately uses a gift for good, helping an investigator solve murder cases by resurrecting the victim to get their story. And it picked up 17 Emmy noms in just 2 seasons, winning 7 times, including Best Supporting Actress for Kristen Chenoweth. You'll need to set aside about 16 hours to binge this one on HBO Max, and then be prepared to one day be revived from your own death to tell the story.
You touch murder victims, you ask who killed them, you touch them again, they go back to being dead, and then you collect the reward?
That's it in a nutshell.
For our editor's pick, they have selected Ash vs. Evil Dead. So premiering on Halloween in 2015, this comedy horror series from Starz is about a chainsaw-handed 30-something who reluctantly becomes mankind's only hope against a deadly plague. It was co-created by Sam Raimi and is a sequel to his certified fresh Evil Dead films from the 80s, with Bruce Campbell reprising his role as Ash Williams from the films. Despite all of its seasons coming in at 98% fresh or better, the series was actually canceled after 3 seasons. Although Campbell confirmed in 2022 that an animated revival is now in the works, to which I say, yes please. So you can binge both Evil Dead movies and all 3 seasons of the show in about 18 hours, and I won't blame you if you want to replace your hand with a chainsaw afterwards.
First thing I gotta do is see a guy about a book. There must be some spell I can say to undo all this. The other first thing I gotta do is some cardio, because my heart is jackhammering like a quarterback on prom night.
And leaving you with our certified fresh pick, The Walking Dead. This series began back in 2010 and ran for 11 straight fresh seasons, with 9 of them coming in certified fresh. I mean, that is impressive, trust me. It's based on the comic book series by Robert Kirkman, and it chronicles a group of survivors in the months and years after a zombie apocalypse. Now, the critics' consensus has called it things like consistently thrilling and an intelligent spin on the overcrowded zombie subgenre. But if you're staying focused on just this series, you'll need about 133 hours to binge the whole thing, and if you don't know the best way to kill a walker by the end of it, then there's just no hope for you.
All I am anymore is a man looking for his wife and son.
Well, there you go, friends. 5 titles that you can binge right now if The Last of Us is your kind of show. And if you're still with me, I guess that it is. Now, we know your time is valuable, so that's why we're definitely not messing around with these picks. So let us know what you think of these, or if there's another that you think would have been a good fit for this list. As always, don't forget to find us again for more selections based on the shows and movies that you love. It's all right here on the Rotten Tomatoes More Like This. I'll see you next time, friends.